Once upon a time, there was a paradise called Monster Country. It was one of the secret realms that existed around the world, the paradise that people called Evergreen. Nowadays it's gone. It was ravaged by the Imperial Army 20 years ago and has disappeared from this world. Thinking about that day, the nine-tailed Kumara was literally losing herself to anger. Because of her lack of strength, she lost her mother and partner. The Great Mother is a monster, possessing power comparable to that of a demon lord. However, she is gentle in nature and definitely not hostile to humans, a monster with a good heart. The location of Monster Country is right on the edge of Demon Lord Clayman's territory and the Eastern Empire's borders. Hidden between the foothills of the Gustav Mountains and the Imperial Forest is a junction to the otherworld. Suddenly, armed soldiers quietly attacked the Monster Country. The warriors guarding the village were useless even if they resisted, and all their partners were killed. The mother, the previous generation of the Nine Tails, also died at that time. Despite having power, the mother hates fighting. Although the opponent was human, how could she defeat a professional soldier who was particularly good at fighting? Then, the nine-tailed Kumara would definitely not forget that man. He's called Kansas, isn't he? I remember. He was the enemy who killed mother and everyone else, how could I? Kumara said hatefully. The bearded man with a disgusting smile on his face was a hateful enemy, and even killing him would not satisfy the Kumara. In return for payment to Clayman, Kansas surrenders the youngest child of the nine-headed beast, Kumara, who was captured alive. And all the treasures that the village had accumulated were used to enrich them. They told their subjects that they had removed the threat posed by the Monster Country. If the nine-tailed Kumara hated humans, then her power as a monster would be enhanced. As the monster aura increases, so does the rank of being a magical creature. As Clayman had expected, Kumara accumulated resentment to increase in strength, and was also selected as a subordinate of the Clayman army, the thumb of one of the 5 fingers. Then it was a mistake to let Rimuru pick her up. It was there that she remembered what happiness was, and the contact with the children healed the wounds of her here just as the resentful enemy was reunited with her. To kill you. I'm gonna tear you apart with all my might. The nine-tailed Kumara muttered, waiting for Kansas to arrive. Relatively, come see Kansas. Kansas is a soldier who climbs up one step at a time. The Empire practiced powerism, and this man was like a symbol of the Empire, climbing to his present position with a pair of fists. He valued his own interests more than his loyalty to Emperor Rotor. The most important thing is to have an officer that Kansas can trust from the bottom of his heart. As the day passed, even Kansas began to feel a little strange about the situation. Let alone the fact that the labyrinth is filled with forests and deserts where not even a single figure can be seen. Not only that, but not even the magic object was in sight. A few hours passed. Something appeared in front of Kansas, and it was the gate of a vast oceanarium. The styling is luxurious, as if it would bring a sense of oppression to the visitor. Immediately after, the door opened soundlessly, the battle began. That beauty was so beautiful that even the most beautiful woman in the world lost face, with a warning smile on her face, that made people's chills stand up straight. Nine-tailed Kumara went to greet him. Welcome. You're welcome. Hearing her say hello, Kansas responded with a smile. That's very polite. Your face is nostalgic. You were the little fox back then, weren't you? Do you remember? That's delightful. How could I forget? Because your mother helped me get ahead. Sparks shot out between the two. This is not an illusion. The physical phenomenon was triggered by the fierce conflict between the demon Kai and the fighting Kai. I can't believe I'm saying this without flushing. Ha 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 ha, you survived unscathed. Thanks to me selling you to Clayman, you survived. Thank me. I'll kill you. The killing Kai had increased even more dramatically, and Kumara roared out these words. Is it a monster that survived? In that case, let me show you something interesting too. With that said, and without any preparatory action, Kansas summoned a magical creature. It was a dark ape, a monkey with a black fur coat. You are mother's servant. That's right. If it was true, he was one of the tail beasts owned by the mother of Kumara. Yes, you do. You miss it, don't you? Let him be your opponent. The dark ape is also a magical beast with a good heart. Kumara also has memories of playing with him, however. The dark ape that brought back deep memories showed a fierce expression and bared his fangs. Have you forgotten your friend? The dark ape could not hear the Kumara's voice Kirk. The ground let out a sharp cry and ran towards the white ape. It's no use. That monkey has become my faithful servant. About you, he doesn't remember anything. Kansas himself did not participate in the battle. He took the tobacco out of his arms and began to light a cigarette, looking at Kumara with a bad smile. What did you do to the dark ape? Huh? That's a hurtful thing to say. Are you doubting me? That answer was like mocking Kumara. Finding that Kansas didn't mean to answer seriously at all, Kumara was furious as she continued with her next move. Moon Rabbit, Black Rat, you come out. The tails of Kumara turned into a demonic beast. That makes it 3 against 1. Once again, Kumara's side had the upper hand. But it was also only for a brief moment. Come out, mute rabbit, dark rat. I didn't expect Kansas to cooperate with Kumara to summon the monsters. Even Kumara was shocked by this. How? Surprised, huh? Only, I was just as surprised. I didn't expect you, a brat, to summon 3-tailed beasts. Looks like Clayman is pretty good at conditioning too. Kansas said those words seemingly despising Kumara. There's a reason why that attitude is so confident. For the monster beasts that Kansas summoned were stronger than those of the 8 tribes under Kumara. What a pain in the ass. The game is over here. As soon as the words were said, Kansas called out more magic beasts. No way. Even the dark tiger and dark snake are called out. Only stronger than the individual strength of each one, those magical beasts under Kansas. It's no wonder. The mother of Kumara was a previous generation of 9-tailed beasts, and those monsters were her faithful guards. If it were you now, I could keep you as a pet. You will betray the demon Lord Rimuru and come to my side. That way I can spare your life. The tone of voice was less like a bargaining and more like an order. It was certain that you would win before you dared to say those words. Yet there was a fatal misunderstanding in Kansas. The 9-tailed Kumara was furious. The smile on her face grew deeper and more beautiful. You're a funny guy. I'm sure you've come to your senses to make me so angry. Kumara released all of her tailed beasts, the rest of her men, the 8 sects. Those that appeared were Thunder Tiger, Pterodactyl, Sleeping Sheep, Flaming Bird, and Mirror Dog. All 8 are hereby present. That's not possible. There had 8 of them. You guys. It wasn't until this time that Kansas first showed a look of panic, but that was only for a moment. He immediately found his composure, and a dismissive smile appeared on his face. I should be commended for growing to such an extent that it surprised me. But even so, it's still our side that's fighting better. Shut up. It's terrible. That being the case, there's no need to go on and on about it. I'm going to twist off your arms and legs and decorate my room. The negotiations were concluded. Immediately following, an 8-on-5 matchup ensued. The 8 sects were more advantageous in terms of numbers, but the opponents were all elite beasts who had served the previous generation for long years. As time passed, the 8 sects began to take the lead. Yet even so, Kumara did not give up. She observed Kansas's appearance, and next thing you know, she noticed something. Each one of the magical beasts summoned by Kansas was strong. And the only one who remains rational despite the complete loss of memory. There was certainly a reason why it was necessary to tame these dark demonic beasts. The secret lies in the power of Kansas. The unique skill of the Marauder, that's what Kansas has. There is little point in this force alone. It's a skill that doesn't have any effect. One thing was discovered when Kansas joined the army to crush the border guerrillas. That is, after killing the opponent, you can summon a dark avatar that has the same power as the opponent. And there's another thing Kansas has discovered. That is, creatures that can be summoned are limited to being killed by him. In other words, the more people you kill, the stronger you become. Still, there are limits. Through this power, it's not that killing someone can add all the power to oneself, it's that only the maximum can be obtained. Whoever you kill will be able to perfectly reproduce the other person's posture and skills. If you need to perform infiltration missions and so on, it is very convenient to disguise yourself and is a very versatile skill. But there are limits anyway. That is, there is no way to summon a dark incarnation that exceeds Kansas's own capacity. Kumara saw through that accurately. So even though the current situation was bad for her, she didn't panic. I know you've reached your limit, haven't you? Yes, so what? I don't know how you manipulate the dark apes, but no problem. Because just kill you and it's over. This was the battle situation analysis made by Kumara. In addition, if we only compare Kumara with Kansas, we can see that the amount of magical element is much higher than Kansas. Don't worry. The slave will not let you die too painfully. As soon as these words were said, Kumara immediately disappeared from the scene and came behind Kansas in a flash. Then extended a claw intending to slice Kansas's neck. Kansas also made a counterpart. He admitted that Kumara was right, but he still didn't change his easygoing attitude. So scary. If I had known you would grow to this point, I would have killed you first at that time. Shut up. Ho, don't be so angry. Consider it a gift, I'll show you something interesting. Kansas laughed when he finished. He didn't hesitate and decided to make out at this time. Do you know why I sold you to Clayman? Do you know why I let you go when I knew you'd be a powerful warrior? This was because there were simpler ways for him to have achieved greater power than taming the Kumara and raising her. Kansas made those dark beasts disappear, summoning a huge beast in their place. This was the source of Kansas's power, and the reason he didn't need Kumara. That face is, Mother. There appeared a dark demon fox. There are 5 thick tails and 4 thin tails. With a total of 9 tails, she was the mistress of Monster Country. Only the appearance became ominous, completely invisible to the kind face of the living. Ha 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 ha. That's right. This one is your mother. However, she was manipulated by me, so she was able to use all of this guy's berserk power. It's fantastic. You'd love to see that too, wouldn't you? You want to believe in the dead, don't you? Wrong, it's called a tribute. I'm just trying to put that power to good use, and she should thank me. Mother. Kill her. Following the order, the monster began to move. The next moment, the full force blow released by the integrating dark-tailed beast swept towards the 8 tribes. Pterodactyl, dog. 2 of them were slower, and this move left them heavily wounded and back in the tail of Kumara. There is such a powerful force. It is obvious to see that the 8 sects have no chance of winning. Haha. How's that? Isn't that interesting? It's because of this power that I don't need you. But just looking at the number of tails, you seem to be better than your mother. It just doesn't look like you have enough experience, but I'll make it up to you. Oh, well, it was nice to let you off the hook. If even you can get your hands on it this time, then I can get even more power. Kansas is full of joy. He didn't see himself losing at all. Originally, Kumara was still standing dumbfounded, at which point her head shook and her mouth muttered something. If you lose your cool, you lose. I haven't forgotten what Hinata-sama taught me. Next, she began to look at the slowly approaching men and magical beasts. Come back, everyone. Reacting to this, those tail beasts all turned into light and were sucked into the tails of the 9-tailed Kumara. Next, her 9 tails also began to radiate dazzlingly. The man and the beasts were close at hand. However, Kumara did not panic. The tail beasts were inexperienced, she admitted. Only, she herself was not like that. She had an excellent master and a partner to cut her teeth with, stay in a great environment and hone her to be even stronger. Claws and sharp swords closed in, and Kumara gently grabbed both with her right and left hands. What, you guys? I don't think you have heard my name yet. My name is the 9-tailed. What, there's a name. I am the 9-tailed Kumara. Claws were shattered, and short knives were snapped. Kansas hurriedly pulled away, and Kumara showed him an overwhelming smile. You don't have to remember. It was intended that you would savor the miserable deaths slowly, but that would have been too much of a burden for us. So. Before the words could even be said, the dark beast had already been torn apart. By the hand of Kumara, the previous generation of the 9-tailed beast was dismantled in pieces by her. How could? The incident was so shocking that it caused Kansas to let out a cry of forgetfulness. It was the strongest pawn in his hand, and now it was disappearing before his eyes. At this moment, Kumara had reclaimed the mother who had been taken from her. You. If I were any stronger, I'd make you suffer. It's a shame, but it's almost time to end it. Wait. That kind of stupid talk, how could Kumara listen to it? Kansas's bitter pleas simply could not reach her ears. Farewell. When that was said, Kansas's lifespan came to an end. The 9-tailed struck with the glowing tail slashing from all sides. This left Kansas shattered and dead in a few strokes. This is the 9-tailed Kumara. Possessing an alluring beauty, coupled with a generous will of steel, even to the point of coldness. Despite losing the monster country, the current Kumara had a home to return to. To avoid having this home taken away from her, that was the most important thing to the current Kumara. I also wanted to give everyone a chance for revenge, forgive me. In this way, Kumara successfully took revenge. Her mother could not survive, but she had found her dignity. This incident made Kumara's heart content, and she smiled from the bottom of her heart.